All right, I've got a couple big announcements for you guys. Number one, PFF's player prop tool is now available on the web for all PFF Plus subscribers. And number two, PFF Plus is 40% off right now. If you use the promo code Black Friday, you get all of the same data, grades, and analytics that all 32 NFL teams use, all 136 FBS teams use. As well, you get access to our 2026 NFL mock draft simulator, that world-class player prop tool that can help you nail all of your bets, and of course, the best fantasy football tools on the planet as well. Again, 40% off PFF Plus right now when you use the promo code Black Friday. Next up, another 4 p.m. game. TCU at Houston, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Houston trying to stay alive right now in the Big 12 race. Houston has an 8-2 record overall, 5-2 record in conference. They are still alive in the Big 12 race, but they need plenty of help to make it to Dallas. Here's the most likely way I could find for Houston to make it to the Big 12 title game. Beat TCU and beat Baylor next week. BYU loses both of its remaining games. Utah loses once, and Texas Tech beats West Virginia. But before they can scoreboard watch those other games, they must first take down a 6-4 TCU team that is actually still a top 25 team in PFF's power rankings.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you look at Houston, the scenarios for them are as convoluted as anybody because they don't have a whole lot of head-to-head matchups against these teams. Only Texas Tech, who beat them, obviously, but they haven't played BYU or Cincinnati or Utah. They've kind of slid through the bottom half of the Big 12 and gotten all of these wins, and the upset loss to West Virginia is really what's hurting them right now because imagine where they would be if they hadn't lost that game, and then since he were to beat BYU, they'd be in the driver's seat right now. But either way, you have to play the hand you're dealt. You got to win your last two games, and neither of these two teams is going to be an easy win because TCU and Baylor both have very explosive passing offenses.
Yeah, you have TCU's offense with Josh Hoover and those talented receivers against what's been a pretty good Houston defense overall this year. What you know in that matchup?
Absolutely. Look, this is a top 20 team in coverage grade. They've been outstanding at preventing explosive plays all year, and when you look at TCU, they've been inconsistent running the football, so what has it had to be on offense for them? Josh Hoover getting the ball outside to Eric McAllister, to Jordan Dwyer, to Joseph Manjack in the slot. And I really like this matchup of McAllister and Dwyer against an outstanding group of cornerbacks for Houston on the outside. You look at the three main contributors on the outside for Houston, Latrell McCutcheon, Will James, and Zelmar Vetter. Those guys have been outstanding this year. They've combined for 16 pass breakups, those outside cornerbacks. Those are the three guys mainly that McAllister and Dwyer are going to see. If they can prevent big plays on the outside, I don't think there's a whole lot of other places that Hoover can go to consistently to create big plays. So I think that's the matchup for me. TCU's wide receivers against Houston's corners that have been so good at getting to the football and preventing explosive plays all year. Willie Fritz has done a great job with this secondary.
Yeah, I'm looking at Connor Wigman in this one against TCU's blitzes. Connor Wigman overall, I would say, has been okay as Houston's quarterback in his first year at Houston this year after transferring in from Texas A&M. He's 89th in the country right now with a 70.6 PFF grade, so relatively average for Connor Wigman this year. He has been really bad against blitzes, though, this year because out of 153 quarterbacks, Connor Wigman has the 153rd best PFF grade against the blitz. He is the worst quarterback in America right now against the blitz with a 38.3 PFF grade against the blitz. 9 turnover-worthy plays against the blitz are tied for the most among all quarterbacks in the Power 4, and his offensive line has done him no favors either because they have the worst pass blocking grade in the Power 4 this year at 44.7. All of that is important to note because TCU, while they haven't been good overall in pass rushing, 109th in pass rush grade, they do send a blitz at the 15th highest rate in the country at around 47-48% this year. How Wigman and Houston's offensive line handles those blitzes from TCU will be a pivotal pivotal factor in who wins and loses this game.
Yeah, there's going to be a handful of moments where they're just going to have to handle it, and Connor Wigman's going to have to stare down the barrel and make throws. I think the other way that you handle it is you have to win on early downs, much like we talked about with Michigan and Maryland. They have to be able to run the football, and it's the foundation of their offense first and foremost, to run the football with Dean Connors and with Connor Wigman, who's been really good on the ground this year. So if they can run the football on early downs with that sort of success, then you look at a team that, okay, is set up right, and they're not going to be in too many of those bad situations. But I really think first down especially is going to be big for Houston in this game to avoid those blitz packages, because once TCU gets those exotic looks going on you, they start to speed you up. And we know, look, Wigman's been okay throwing the ball, but behind that offensive line, you got to really either get rid of the football quickly or win on early downs. To me, I think the run game is going to be very key in preventing that before they even get to those blitz packages.
Definitely. So ultimately, Dalton, will Houston stay alive in the Big 12 race, or will TCU practically eliminate them from it?
I'm going to take them to do it. I think Houston's run game is going to be a big factor here, and TCU and the fact that they're very inconsistent on the ground. Kavorian Barnes has been in and out of the lineup this year, and it's been just an over-reliance to me on Josh Hoover to make plays for them throughout the entirety of the 60 minutes of a game. I like McAllister and Dwyer on the outside, but I think this Houston back seven is legit, and I think TCU is going to have a hard time running the football and maintaining possession. Give me Houston 28-24.
I actually have TCU pulling it off in this one. I have TCU winning 28-27. I just do not like this matchup for Connor Wigman against TCU's blitzes in this one, considering Wigman's been the worst quarterback in the country against blitzes. So I think TCU will force him into a few mistakes with their blitzes and also deliver a fatal blow to Houston's chances of competing for a Big 12 title. So I got 28-27. Should be a great game overall, but I do have TCU and Josh Hoover making enough plays to win this game and out-dueling Connor Wigman, winning 28-27.